Hey everybody, this is Texas Tiger Diggs, and I'm going to continue, and it may be the finish of my comparison between the Makro Racer and the Nokta Fors Core. But I decided to make this one a little bit easier on me. It did take a little bit to get the nails the right size, and these are more or less the right size. And like I said, both of these machines are going to be working on the exact same scenario, so and a quarter inch or so a nail one way or the other doesn't make any difference. It's basically comparing these two. So first I'm going to place, I see this is more of a relics hunter setup. In the parks and things that I detect and that some people detect, and it varies from region to region, iron targets are not our major confusion or complication, but this is probably the best way to show a commonly accepted setup of how something functions. You know, most of the time in regional parks, at least where I am, you're separating a non-ferrous target from another non-ferrous target, sometimes digging both, because gold could be virtually anything. But basically you know, it's trash and more trash, and the trash seems to be very similar. 90 to 80% of the time non-ferrous. Occasionally we'll get some deep rusty metal, etc. It's all according to the heritage of your park and the land beneath it, exactly what you're going to find. There is an area I know in a park that used to be a homestead or a house or something, and it's just littered with nails. I went over there, just ridiculous, nails everywhere. So it varies. But I'm going to go take this test, and I don't have an Indian to test it with, so I'm going to test it with just a simple wheat penny. It's a nice copper penny. And I'm going to go through the various motions here to see how the Makro and the Fors Core react and compare. So I'm going to step over here. I'm going to grab the Makro, and I'm going to switch it on. Turn the volume up enough so we can actually tell what it is. Now, I'm not too particular in this circumstance with whether or not the settings are exact, because this is not a depth test or a reactivity test. In fact, because these machines have the same, you can't alter the recovery speed by tinkering with any designations here. So basically all I need to do is to quiet it down some. I'm going to leave it on 2 tones, and I'm just going to drop the gain in order just to shut it up a little bit. So last time I did it 40, so I'm going to drop the gain to 40 on the Makro Racer, and it's going first. And I'm not going to make any other changes, because I'm not going to be going deep in any way, shape, or form. So here I go. I'm going to just I'm going to go straight across, which is the 1 swing. Alright guys, I'm hitting the nail and the penny, I believe, pretty successfully here. Let me remove the penny so we can just get a sign of just the nails. Alright, let's put the penny back. Okay guys, that's not really standing out too much. So let me go into the let me go straight across here and do the position straight across. Hit the camera, sorry. Okay, I think I'm also hearing it from that direction. Let me go. Let's go straight across from the 3 positions, straight back and forth, and let's see if we should hear this clearly. I'm going to move this up to 3 tones so maybe I can hear it a little better. I'm at 3 tones now. So I might have to use the other one at 3 tones. Here I go. There we go. I believe that's making hearing this penny much better. So I'll see, here we go. Okay, put it back. Okay, I'm even getting the VDI from. Let me go back to the one swing again. Sorry, like I said, the overload on this thing is very delicate. Remove that. I'm getting 85 even on the VDI, so I am getting some VDI here. Okay, I'm not getting that VDI without it there. So let me go to position 2. I'm going back to then back to 3. Okay guys, I'm not hearing much there at all. So position 2, I'm not hearing the penny at all. Go back to position 3. Okay, I'm getting the penny, and I'm also getting a VDI reading in the 80s. Let me go to position 4. Okay, I'm not hearing it very well in that position. So guys, I'm hearing it in position 1 and getting the VDI. I'm hearing it in 3 and getting the VDI. I'm not hearing it on 4. And I'm not hearing it on 2. Alright, let me put this down and let me get the Fors Core and give it a run. Okay. Alright, got the Fors Core initialized there. I don't seem to be getting as much interference with the Fors Core, so that could be somewhat of a difference than I have with the Makro. I'm at sensitivity of 50. Okay, I'm default sensitivity at 50, so the default is lower, so it still makes it pretty much equal. All right, here we go. I'm going to do the Nailboard test again, and then I'm going to go and let me see. Alright, we got another difference here. If you notice, the overload is a lot less sensitive with the Fors Core. And now I'm getting it. But it's not quite as sensitive as the Makro, so that's another difference. The Makro seems to be slightly more sensitive than overload. Alright, now I'm just going to go try to analyze whether or not I'm getting here. Okay, I'm going across the one way. Not hearing it much there. Let me go across the 2. Move this and see if I'm actually hearing that. I'm not hearing it in the second position. Okay, the third position should be a gimme here. Alright guys, sorry about that. I'm still in two tones. You know, I couldn't hear it in two tones over there either. So let me move it up to 3 tones. Now I think I might be able to hear these better. Let me go back to the start again. Go to 1. Okay, let me move it and see if I can hear it without it with it gone. Okay, put it back. Hear it again. I'm not getting much on the 1 swing. Let me go straight across and see if I hear anything here. Okay, not as much on the 2. Alright. I'm going to go back down across with the 3 here. Okay, I'm clearly hearing the penny on the 3 route. Let me go to 4. I'm not hearing it there. Well, it looks like I might have found a difference there. Let me go back to the racer. Let me go back over that 4 with the racer. I think it worked on the 4 with the racer. Let me see if let me click this back on. And let me reduce the gain because down like 50, which is what it is on the Fors Core. All right, here we go. All right, now I'm gonna go the 4 route. And by the way, do you hear how much more sensitive the overload is on the racer? I'm not hitting anything with the 4. Once again, I need to make sure that I have this thing on. On 3 tones. We go back to the 4 again. Okay, still not hearing anything. Let me go to 3. Okay, I'm clearly hearing it with the 3. We go across to 2. Okay, I didn't hear it on the 2. Let me go back across to 1 here. Okay, I'm seeing the VDI in the middle and the sound, so I am getting it that way. So it looks like the racer is a bit more sensitive, at least in these tests I've just run, than the Makro. The Makro Racer is more sensitive than the Fors Core in this particular test. So that there is a little difference there. It looks like to some degree the racer is a little bit more responsive than the Fors Core. So, like I say, I don't think it's a much difference, but there is some difference between the two. And like I thought, you know, even though I think the technology is very much the same, if you give a year or a year and a half between one release and another, chances are there's going to be some improvements. So I expected some improvements in the Racer, and there do appear to be some improvements in reactivity on this particular test. Okay guys, I'm going to do another one. I didn't plan to actually do this, but let's go wheel out the Deus and see what it does. Okay, I'm popping this thing on. Got the sound on, and I'm running Deus fast. And Deus fast should give me a reactivity of 3, which is a little bit above or right at the middle. Right at the middle. So let's see if I'm okay. I'm gonna go 1. Okay, let me back it off so I can actually see what I'm getting here. All right, I'm getting it with the 1 going across here. Yeah, got it on the 2 side. Put it back. All right, I got a little bit there. Let's go 3 or straight across. I'm hitting it pure there. Now let me go back across the 4. Now I'm getting nothing across the 4. All right, guys. Let's see what happens when you do a series of tests. In this particular series of tests, there is no doubt that the Deus came out superior to both. Not quite as superior to the Racer. It is a little order of superiority above the Fors Core. So there is a difference. The Racer seems to be marginally better than the Fors Core. It's more sensitive, so it overloads easier. So I'd like to see somebody else run some tests like this and do some and check this out and check my results. But right now I've got, of course, the Deus #1. There's no doubt that by some order of percentage or magnitude, the Deus would be #1. I've got #2 is the Racer, and #3 is the Fors Core. Now, it's not that I think that if you buy the Fors Core or you have the Fors Core that you need to acquire the Racer. I don't think there's enough difference there to make the extra expenditure worth it. But it does appear to be some difference between the two, and I thought there had to be, because this is a later version. You know, how old is the Fors Core? Year? A little bit more? And this thing is, how old is the year and a half, and who knows how development time works. And the Racer is months old, so there should be some improvement. Anyway, that's all I've got, and the test wasn't really definitive, but it did show, in my opinion, that the Racer is slightly superior in recovery speed, maybe by 5%. Of course, we expect the Deus to win these, but I think for their price, the closest you're going to get to Deus level speed at least a half of the low end configuration of the Deus, and maybe a third, virtually a third as much as the full-blown Deus, headphones, controller box, etc. So maybe a little less than a third. I think that's dropped a couple of $100. But that's basically a budget guy's fast system, the Racer or the Fors Core, with the Racer giving a slight edge. Anyway, this is Texas Tiger Dig, and I will be back. I'll be out. I've been out the last few days. Haven't found much, but I found a little bit, and you're going to be seeing it very soon.